Oh, this is so good. This is so good.
핸섬 소세지.
Well, guys, we handsome today we're reacting to Whoa!
Hello everybody, we Handsome Sausages, and today we're reacting to Xdinary Heroes
ZZZ ...
aka 잠꼬대.
It's sleep talk.
Sleep talking, right?
It's not sleepwalking.
No, it's like when you
Kind
kind
of
of
like a sleep talking.
and like a state where you're half awake and
Yeah.
you can kind of answer questions, but you don't know what
Yeah.
the hell you're saying. Interesting title, first of all. This is the beginning of a new album. Obviously, we finished the first album. And we're getting to the second album. First track, amazing title.
Yes.
We are going to be checking out the lyrics video for this because there's no music video. Looking at the photos used for lyrics video usually gives away what kind of song it might be or what the concept of the album is. I don't think I've ever seen this kind of image from Xdinary Heroes before.
Yeah, definitely not. It more not even strict.
No, it feels like Psychers, if anything. It has that very tricky vibe. Like as far as like the style goes, they got really funky hairstyle and they got a bunch of like stuff that on their faces.
I could say a little bit of Happy Death Day. A little bit.
Yeah, there's that kind of like funness
Yeah.
to it. I don't know if the song itself will be like that. We'll have to see.
And by the way, it's our first lyric video of
From Xdinary Heroes.
Yes.
Well,
Congrats. Yeah.
I mean, we've checked out like live versions followed
Yeah.
by lyrics or official track, but the first
The
ever
color coded is
just lyrics video.
So probably they're gonna have everything wrong.
That's true. But hey, we're enjoying it. We're gonna get to this, and before we do, thank you everybody who's supporting our channel over at our Patreon page. If you want to have a say in what we react to next, get extra contents and all those lovely stuff, check out our Patreon page. The link is in the description below. Now let's get to the song. 3, 2, 1, click.
Shit.
Yo,
this
this is sexy already.
Hey. Whoa.
Oh, yo, what a hook line.
Yo, you have to concentrate on the lyrics.
That's why. Woo! Wow. Do you hear the ping pong? Woo! Whoa! Wow! We've been mentioning Kaon and Jungsu's vocal style nowadays. Great to see them together. Ooh, that high pitch was. Oh. Yo. Yo. Oh, this is so good. I love the lyrics. The lyrics is crazy. Yo, this is such a good song. Wow, you hear the Oh, this part is just woo!
Vocal skills.
Woo!
여기서 느껴 여기가 맞는 것 같아 날 그냥 내버려둬 Swallow, wallow, 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 my life's better, 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 better. It's better than the world.
Wow. Oh my god, this is so good. I was super immersed. Oh, this is so good. This is so good.
Whoa. Yo. Whoa.
I'm gonna say this right now. This is my favorite track from Xdinary Heroes.
Yo.
This is insane.
Yo.
This is insane. How is this song not getting what
Yo.
y'all doing? This is insane.
Yo.
That's it. Bye. What the hell?
Yo. They didn't put this as title?
What is this album? How is nobody talking about this? How come we never... Is everybody just sleep talking now? What is this?
The first one, when the song started and then when the lyrics kind of captivated me, it reminded me of Stray Kids' Tortoras in Hair.
Yes.
And they were playing around with the lyrics and some repetitive lines, and it's very like it has experimental sounds.
You mentioned lyrics, so let's start with that before we get to like the themes and why we think this is musically amazing and all that. So just one thing. Like it's impossible to forget that.
Already got it.
I mean, it's a very Korean thing.
It's a little bit like 원숭이 엉덩이는 빨개 빨가면 사과는 맛있어
바나나는 길어, right? So it's coming from that. It's like a song that connects different objects. Red is apple, apple is delicious, delicious is banana, banana is long, long is train. So it's like an old song that does that. So the bananas are long, long, long. That's coming from that old school Korean song. But then they go 기러기는 뒤집어도 그냥 기러기. So in English, like it says like a wild goose. Even if you flip it, it's still a wild goose, which is a pretty good translation. But here they're literally talking about the word. It's a palindrome. So it's like race car. If you flip race car, read it front and back, it's still race car. And that's sort of like that. 기러기 in Korean is, if you do it, it's still 기러기. So they're talking about this palindromic structure of the word. So
I just learned that.
what?
Race car. I was like, boom!
Yeah, so it's like that. So they're playing with that, and obviously there's a lot of g sound to kind of create that flow and rhythm. So it becomes 바나나는 기러기는 뒤집어도 그냥 기러기. So that becomes like the main thing, and then just like the old school song that we mentioned, where they're connecting different qualities with different objects and kind of continuing the song. Right after that intro hook, Uri takes the previous phrase and continues with the 기러기. Even if you read it backwards, it's still 기러기, and then 빨주 노초 파란보는 무지개. So that as well, that whole rainbow color thing, 빨주 노초 파란보, it's like Korean thing because like Korean color you can say it really fast, so they remember the color that way when we're young. And there's like tons of these very linguistic and culture specific things that are embedded in this lyric for a very specific reason, obviously, because the song has to be very fast paced, very quirky, fun, and most importantly kind of random because they're talking about internet, because they're talking about how this whole sleep talk or kind of being in that middle state, almost like this hypnotic state of somewhere between waking up and sleeping, like that limbo, and comparing that state to being online. Because you don't want to wake up and face reality, people choose to stay online, and that's like the gist of their message. And because of that, nothing really makes sense because they're not truly awake. So although they think they are making sense and they are doing the right things, technically it's nonsense, basically. And they're so poking fun and almost sending a message about the danger of chronic I guess internet
it has a
addiction
feeling
almost.
of that Y2K vibe, you know?
Almost, yeah, like 서태지 with the internet war, right? And how internet's gonna ruin us.
Somehow the musicality actually has those elements, those feelings.
Yes, definitely.
like-
Because it's like they're using a lot of this digital synthwave sound, but approaching it from point of view where they're from the 90s. Like they're using sounds that back in the day we would have used if we thought internet. You know what I mean? It's not modern. They're purposely using different synth and pad sounds that are like an old image of
Yes.
internet. So I thought that's very clever as well. The photos make sense as well.
Yes.
So there's this very weird retro but futuristic
Yep.
style to the music and it's
Like
wonderful.
flying cars, you know, those kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's got that like almost like an anime kind
Uh-huh.
of thing, source-wise and overall music-wise as well. So
Although the music was very fun to listen to, I feel that the whole music is very negative.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
but
actually
that's-
quite dark.
Yeah.
It's almost scary,
Yeah.
especially the ending. You can tell that
Yeah,
it's, like,
yeah.
it's got that very
Yeah.
sinister ending to it.
So clever.
And they pull this off without the music being too experimental.
Yeah.
And that's what's
Yeah,
blowing
yeah.
me away because
Yeah.
I've especially heard a lot of contemporary music and experimental music, soundscape and all that, and they're great. But hearing this standard, almost
They made it popularized.
yeah, and then giving this kind of energy and being this creative somehow, it's magical.
It's fun, catchy.
It's almost like I'm listening to this half awake. Like it
Yeah.
makes, it's that kind of magic. Like did I hear this correctly? Like is this possible? We kind of went through different things all over the place as if we were like sleepwalking, but amazing stuff. We would love to talk more about it. I kind of understand why there's no live version of this. I think this is best done the way it is.
But I would have liked it if they had the music video.
Or maybe not, because that adds to the magic. Like we can't imagine.
You can imagine.
'Cause
Yeah,
I had
that is
so
true.
many images. in my head
Me too.
listening to it.
Ah, and those small details of their vocals.
Yes, like
there's-
singing. There's too many.
Yeah.
Listen, like we would genuinely love to pick a point, like whether it be the Korean language, the culture, the music, the sound sources that they use. Pick something and go in depth with it because there's so many.
Mm-hmm.
So if there are other versions of this, and if you want to see it, we might do it. Or if nobody wants it, we might still do it and put it on our Patreon page. It's that good. So hope you enjoy this short breakdown and our initial breakdown. And we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
Yep, I'm Liberty.
Emily Curtis.
Andrea Panda.
Curly.
Melinda Castillo.
Sarkoki.
Valeria De Simon.
Karisan.
Yoshi Boop Boop.
Acrylic Amy.
Yagmur. Kaskan.
Any.
Luke.
Afghan.
Darian K.
Mel.
Senior Akila.
Julie Ishkata.
Hato.
Nicole Oliver.